Morning. Just going to go light my incense. Right. There we go. So good morning, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to this morning's Sunday stretch and relaxation. I hope you all are feeling well rested. Good morning. Hi, everybody. So if you have some lovely essential oils, rub those on your wrists. Grab your oils. And then grab your equipment. You need a blanket, some cushions, a couple of cushions at least, a block or two. If you have 2 blocks, that would be great. And a strap and your mat, of course. So let's start, shall we? Let's begin in a comfortable cross-legged seated position. So pop yourselves on a cushion or a couple of blocks to bring the hips up a little higher. And then close the eyes gently. Taking the hands, right hand on top of left. So cupping the hands one on top of the other with the palms facing up. And then pressing gently the thumbs together. Slowly bringing your focus and attention inwards. Letting go of the past and not trying to think of the future. Trying to bring yourself into this present moment. Noticing the breath. Really noticing the breath to start. Noticing how the body changes as you breathe in and as it changes as you breathe out. Feeling the shoulders rise, the chest expand, the ribcage widen, the belly lifts as you breathe in. Feel the body soften and release as you exhale, letting go. Noticing every breath, one after the other. Being fully aware of your breath. Noticing you are breathing in. Noticing you are breathing out. Feeling the body soften and relax. But yet straightening out the spine. So take a little moment here to lengthen your spine. Grow the crown of the head up to the sky. So feel the straightness of your back, but the softness in your shoulders, in your arms. So feeling yourself become present. Present in this moment, in this breath, one after the other. So today I'd like to read a little extract from a book from Rangan Chatterjee, Dr. Rangan Chatterjee. Breathing is life. So breathing is the first thing we do when we come into the world and the last thing we do before our hearts finally stop. Breathing is life. It is the simplest human action there is, and yet the most fundamental. It brings fuel to the body and mood to the brain, and it allows our hearts to beat. So we can't cope We can't hope to cope under stress when our breathing is not in control. So first we need to bring our breath under control. Stress and breath are intimately linked. So spending just a few moments, a few minutes each day consciously working with it. So really work with it. You'll feed your brain and body the information that life is calm. When you're strongly focusing on your breath, you're creating a zone of stillness, a force field against which micro stress doses have no power. So what micro stress doses are things like not wanting to open that email or that letter, or having that confrontation, or those little stress doses throughout the day. You know, when you get cross and angry when somebody cuts you up as you're driving along the road, or when something doesn't go right. So I want you to think of your breath for this next minute or two. So what we're going to do is some box breath, some box breathing. And this can be done at any time of the day, so use this as a tool for the future. It's especially good when you need to relax. So what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in for 4, hold the breath for 4, and then breathe out for 4, then hold for 4. So imagine your breath as a square shape, and as at each little phase of 4, you turn the corner to either hold the breath or to inhale or to exhale. So start by emptying the lungs. So breathing in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. And now let your breath resettle back to its natural rhythm. So box breathing really helps to lower the stress levels and calm the nervous system. Give your nervous system a little break. And it'll take your mind away from whatever is distressing you or distracting you and taking you away, those sticky thoughts, that you grab onto and you just cannot let go. So this helps you, using this little method of box breathing, to just center yourself into the moment, help you ground yourself into the moment. So even people like the Navy SEALs use this method to control their stress levels. So if it works for them, it will certainly work for us, because we don't have the kind of stress levels that we don't have that kind of physical onslaught on our bodies, but sometimes it may feel like it. So let's now set an intention. Now that the mind feels maybe a little more still, the heart rate has slowed down, and we've come into that parasympathetic nervous system state, the thrive state, rest and digest. We're giving our sympathetic nervous system a little break, a little holiday. So your positive intention, your intention towards yourself, towards your life, towards your practice, whatever resonates deeply with you today. So look deeply within and see your intention clearly, kind of like in high definition. Feel it, see it. Shine the light on it brightly, the focus of your attention. I am. Then fill in your intention. Then repeat that statement 3 times to yourself, clearly, definitely. Now, opening up the eyes. Let's take ourselves over slowly, without rushing, onto our knees. Going to start in puppy pose. No, we're going to start in child's pose, then we'll go to puppy pose. But grab your blocks, everybody. So have all your little bits of equipment, your props, around your mat so you can take hold of those when we need them. So take your blocks shoulder distance apart. And slowly bring yourself down, dropping the buttocks towards the heels. They don't have to touch. If you're like me and you have stiff knees, then they might not touch. That's okay. But dropping them down as far as you can. And if it feels uncomfortable to do so, then take a cushion between the heels and the buttocks, just to create that little bit of elevation so you're not over stressing your knees. We don't want to stress anything here. Reaching your hands forward, place the palms of your hands, spread the fingers wide, feel your hands connect with your block. And then slowly, slowly allow the chest to drop down, the belly to land on the thighs, and then the head to drop between the arms and the forehead to rest on your mat. Now slide your shoulder blades apart like you're trying to let them drift apart. And then press the underarms down towards the mat. Feel that openness occurring in the shoulder joints. And then focus on your breath here. Breathing in deeply. Exhaling, letting go, releasing. Make your exhale longer than your inhale. So perhaps an inhale for 4 and up to an exhale for 8. Doesn't have to be exact, but really exhale, let go. Feel the ribs expanding and contracting. Feel the cool air coming in through the nostrils. And exhaling, open the mouth, let the breath out, sigh it out. Do 2 more of those. Breath in. Expand the ribs, fill the body up with air. Then exhale, let the breath go. One more of those. Deep breath in. Exhale, release, and let go. On your next breath in, come up a little bit so you can take your hands off your blocks and slide the blocks away. Lift the hips up and start to walk your hands forwards. We're looking to roughly stack the hips over the knees now as we take a version of the child pose, which is called puppy pose. So reaching the hands forwards. You can even look to that space between the hands if it feels okay with your neck. But if you don't feel good with the neck, the head, the gaze being lifted, then drop the forehead to the floor. Scoop the belly up and squeeze and lift into your pelvic floor. Focus on the breath. Exhaling, releasing a little bit down further towards your mat with the forearms. Maybe even the chest begins to reach down. If you want to, you can take the hands a little bit further forward, just a few inches, and see if you can bring the chest down towards the mat too. 2 or 3 more breaths here. Make the exhales long. On your next breath in, slowly pressing into the hands to lift the chest off. Walk the hands back. And come to all fours. Going to work on our wrists a little bit of joint health now. So hands, spread the fingers wide, shoulder distance apart. Taking the knees, checking the hips. That the knees are hip distance apart and the hips are over the knees. We're going to start to make little circles with the body around the hands. Imagine you're painting a circle around your hands with your nose. Maybe breathing in as you circle to the top and exhale as you bring the hips back and you draw the bottom of your circle. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Keep a little engagement into the belly area, keeping the support into the lower spine. Then coming back to neutral. Turn your hands so your fingertips face towards the edge of the mat and your wrists are facing towards each other. Going to take the weight from left to right. So swaying the body side to side, working into the wrists in another way. And now start, as you sway to one side, lift your wrists off so that you come to the base of the fingers. Other side, lift the wrists off. So the fingers are pressing down, but the palm is lifting. Working into the hands, into the knuckles, into the wrists in a different way now. Do 2 or 3 more. And now bring yourself so the weight is into the legs more, not so much into the hands. Walk your fingers a little closer to your knees and turn your wrists round. So the wrists are facing the top of the mat and the fingertips are facing towards your knees. Lean back a little bit. Straighten the arms as much as possible. So dropping the buttocks towards the heels. I feel that lovely stretch in the forearms. But listen to the feedback in your body. Just go to where you can. Inhale, come up. Give your hands a little shake. And then turn the palms of the hands up. Fingertips to touch the knees. Straighten up the arms. And slowly, slowly apply a little pressure to the tops of the hands, pressing the tops of the hands into the mat. If this hurts, ease off and gently see if you can just work into those spaces very gently and mindfully. Sending the inner creases, the elbows forwards if that's available to you. Breathe into the wrists. Breathe into the forearms. Inhaling, releasing. Give your hands a little shake. Now making fists with the hands. Don't take the thumbs in, the thumbs on top of the fingers. Bring your hands, knuckles down, thumbs together, knuckles pointing towards each other. Take a breath in, and then exhale, roll the knuckles down, and take the forearms to the floor. Then lift up, and then roll down. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, down. And now keep the tops of the hands pressing into the mat, keeping the knuckles pushing towards each other. So pushing the hands into the floor, into the mat, and then begin to straighten up the arms as much as possible. They might not straighten fully. Notice how your hands, your fingers, they want to uncurl. So try to squeeze the fingers tight, push the tops of the hands into the mat. Another 2 breaths. And release. Give your hands a little shake out. Coming back to all fours. And do some little scapular push-ups now. So reset your hands, fingers spread wide, pointer fingers to the top of the mat. Going to drop the chest between the shoulders. So, and then push into the mat, doming the space between the shoulder blades. Lift into the belly, lift into your pelvic floor. So inhale, exhale to press and push away. Inhale to drop, exhale, push away. Do another 8 of those in your own time. Keep looking down to the mat, so keeping a nice long neck. Keep engaging into the belly, so lift navel to spine. So really exhale, push the hands into the floor, dome that space between the shoulder blades, and slowly release. Coming on to your knees, you take some seated hip lifts with the hands behind the back. So now sitting on your heels, or take a little cushion between the buttocks and the heels. Take your hands with the fingertips pointing behind you, away from you. Open up the chest, so squeeze the shoulder blades together, open up the chest, lift the sternum, open up between the shoulder blades. If you want to, you can lift the hips up. Squeeze into the thighs, into the glutes. So lifting the buttocks away from the heels, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Big breath, look up to the ceiling. 5 more. This is quite an intense stretch. So use your breath. Maybe make a little ujjayi sound, so strengthen and energize your breath. Swirling the breath in the back of the throat. Big breath in, slowly lower the buttocks down towards the heels if you'd lifted the hips up, and then coming forwards. Give the wrists a little shake out, so hold on to the wrists, rotate into the wrists. Our wrists are often neglected in daily life. We don't think of looking after them, but they're very, very, very important. So next, on to our belly. So take your blanket. If you would like to soften your landing here, so create a nice long shape folded blanket to lie on. Then we're going to lie on here and do some pretzel arms to work a little bit more into these shoulders now. So down we come, onto your belly. So slowly lower yourself down. Extend the legs away. And then what I'd like you to do is to stretch your left hand out to the right and your right arm in front of the left, reaching one arm in front of the other. See that I'm not quite in shot, so I'm going to move the camera down. So you're reaching the arms one away from each other. Really open up across the shoulders. Reach the arms and hands as far away apart as you can. Now, choice here is to either have the palms facing up or facing down. Have a little feel which feels best for you. Face the head, let the chin rest or upper right in. And then take a little span of the lower legs. Feel it into the hips, so let the root of the hips are side to side. And release the legs, so give the legs a little shaking up because you tend to tense up the knee, so you don't want to tense up the lower body. Now to breathe deeply into the shoulders. Reach the ears a little further in. Slide the fingertips further apart.
Let's take another 3 deep breaths in. And as it works on the floor, the weight softening and rooting towards the floor. Allow the body to soften, rooting down. Take a breath in.
Lifting up, wiggle the shoulders, draw the elbows towards each other, give them a little shake out, and then sliding the other arm across. Now you have the left arm in front of the right. So take a
Push it down a little bit. Check in with the hips and buttocks and legs. Give them a little look around. A little shake out. Check, take it. Allow the head to rest heavily onto the upper ear of open. Give a bit of space that's okay across the shoulders. With your breath. Deep breath in. Exhale. Deep breath. Now the shoulders are the shoulder touch toes. Look at the shoulder point. Just like that. Exhale.
And now take the arms, spread the arms in the left and right naturally. Roll the shoulders forwards and back. Roll the shoulders. Push the biceps, shoulders into the floor. Now take into cactus. So bring in the arms at right angles. Keep the left arm as it is and begin to roll over onto your left side. Push into the right hand. Keep the head down. And you're going to lift your right leg up, and drop the toes down behind you. Two more breaths. So the right elbow is lifted, the hand pressing into the floor, but the left arm is still in cactus. See if you can lift that right knee up a little bit towards the sky. Exhale, release down, roll back onto your front. Create that cactus arm with the right arm. Press your left hand into the mat. Lift the left leg up. Drop it down behind. Just the toes. Lift the left knee as high as you can. Should feel very intense stretch. The front right shoulder. Maybe even into the chest. Keep the head relaxed onto your blanket. Big breath in. Lift that knee a little bit. The left knee. Exhale, release down. Pushing into the floor. Come into a little Sphinx. Bring the legs together. Elbows underneath the shoulders. Palms of the hands pressing into the earth. Feel that connection of your hands with your mat, with your blanket. Take a breath in. Take a little twist and look over your left shoulder to your left foot. Breath into center. Exhale, squeeze into the right side of the body. It's like trying to imagine pushing your right shoulder towards your right buttock. Look to your right foot. Inhale to center. Exhale, squeeze into the left side. Look to your left foot. Back to center. And over to the right. Exhaling. One more each way. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, last time, over to the right. Exhale. Squeeze into your side waist. Inhale to center. Slowly lower yourself down. Slide the hands a little bit closer to the lower ribs. Tuck the elbows in. Bring the legs together. Breath in. Lift the chest up. Straighten the arms. Push the hips down towards the floor. Don't let the hips lift too much. Look up to the sky. Maybe a little softening into the elbows. Don't have to straighten the arms completely. And then lifting the hips up. Coming to sit in Gomukhasana. So onto a block or a cushion if you need to for this. Depending on how stiff you feel in the hips at the moment. Take the right leg across the left. Come off the buttocks, so you're leaning on your left knee. It's a good way to stack the legs. And then ease the bottom back down. So you have your right leg on top of the left. Knees stacked as much as is possible and drawing the feet in towards the buttocks. Straighten up into the spine. Now use a strap if you need to for the arms. Reaching up with the right arm and then bringing the left hand to help bring the elbow across just for a moment. And place the right hand between the shoulder blades or in the direction thereof. Then the left hand reaches up to grab hold of the right fingers behind you. Now take away the right elbow away from the head so that the spine and neck can remain straight. Use a strap if your hands are not reaching each other. Squeeze and lift into the belly, into your Uddiyana Bandha, your Mula Bandha. Deep breaths here. Nice deep breath in. And then start to hinge from your hip creases, folding your body down over your legs. Let the head go. Maybe resting your chin on your top knee, on your right knee. Keep engaging into the abdominal area. Scooping the belly up, creating space. Don't let that right elbow push into the head. Keep the elbow away from the head. 2 more deep breaths here. Using the exhale to release and let go, working into the hips. Inhaling to lift, coming back upright. Give your arms a little shake out. Lean back onto your hands so that you can release the legs and take the right leg underneath the left. Come forward, lean on that right knee, stack the knees up and then offer the bottom back down to the floor. Bring your feet in as close as you can. Now, if you feel any difference, left side, right side, that's quite normal. Often our pelvis is a little twisted, a little different, so I automatically feel a difference myself here. So if you feel you need to elevate the hips because it's just a little bit too much sitting on the floor like this, then pop a block underneath the buttocks. Left arm reaches up. Use your right hand to bring that elbow over a little bit to stretch into the triceps. Bringing the hand down as far down towards the space between the shoulder blades as possible, then lifting the right arm up behind you to clasp the hands together. Take the left elbow away from the head. Grow your spine long and tall, crown of the head reaching up to the sky. Engage into the abdominal area. Ujjayi breath. In and out. Exhaling, releasing. Inhaling and folding forwards. Tip from your hip creases. Scoop the belly up. Create space. Then let the chin land on the knee if you can. Keep the elbow away from the head. Deep breaths. Three more. On your next breath in, slowly bring yourself upright. Release the bind of the hands and shake out your shoulders. Tip back onto the hands. Release the legs. Give the legs a little shake out. So onto our backs. You can lie down on your blanket for this. Why not? Make it comfortable. So we will be stretching the legs out left and right. So make sure your space around you allows for that. So if you have to move anything away, make sure you have a clear space for that. Family are just getting up. So making yourself down onto your back. Roll down onto your back. Take hold of your strap. Make a little loop for your foot. So making a little loop for the foot. I'm going to take the loop around the sole of the right foot. We're going to hold onto the strap with the right hand with the arm straight. Extend and lengthen and straighten your left leg. Engage with that left leg. Don't let it just be relaxed. It needs to be engaged. And begin to breathe into that hamstring, that right hamstring. Slowly pulling the right foot down towards you. Deep breaths. Keeping the leg and arm as straight as possible. Three more breaths here. With every exhale, see if you can bring the foot a little bit closer down towards you. Remembering that with the exhale, the body relaxes, the muscles relax and release, and the tension eases off a little bit. Now slowly, slowly take your foot out to the right and extend the left arm outwards to the side, palm facing up. Slowly open that hip up. Keep the arm as straight as you can. You can send your gaze to look to your left hand. There's a bit of a counterbalance there. Deep breaths. Keep that left leg active so that you're not twisting too much into the pelvis, into the hips. It's only the right leg opening up to the side without really lifting the left buttock off the mat. 2 more breaths. Then breath in to slowly bring the leg up to center and exchange the hold of the strap to the left hand and the right arm opens to the side, palm facing up. And then over we go to the left with the right leg. Very slowly. Look to your right hand. Now at some point a little tipping may occur. The foot drops down to the floor. Or not. That's okay. Keep the arm stretched straight, the leg straight as possible. Look to your right hand and push your right arm and shoulder into the mat. Breathe deeply here. Intense stretch all the way down the outer gluteals, all the way down the outer right leg. Maybe even feeling all the way down to the calf. 2 or 3 more breaths here. Then inhale to center when you are ready. We're going to go over to the other side. So inhale, bringing your leg back up to center. And then extending the right leg, take the strap around the left foot. Left hand holds onto the strap, arm straight. Maybe taking the right hand onto the right leg, just to ground that leg and keep it active. My legs are incredibly stiff. I can feel my hamstrings. I did some squats in the gym, some heavy squats this week. Really the first time since the beginning of our first lockdown. So I'm feeling the muscles are very, very tight. So this is really great for that. Let's hold this here for a few more breaths. With every exhale, draw that foot down a little bit further towards you, a bit closer to you. And let's open out to the left. Extend the right arm to the side, palm facing up. Then open the leg to the side, left leg to the side. Keep the arm straight, the leg straight. Keep that right glute glued down to the floor. You can send your gaze to your right hand. Feels like a nice counterbalance. Deep breaths. Two more. Keep the right leg active. Slowly breathing in to bring the leg up to center. Exchange the hands. Right hand to the strap. Left hand reaches out, palm facing up. Over we go. Send your gaze to your left hand. Keep that leg straight as much as possible. Wait for that little tipping point to occur. Or it might not. The foot drops down. Keep the leg straight, the arm straight, and then glue that left arm and shoulder to the floor. Encouraging you to get that nice spinal twist at the same time as working on the leg. Deep breaths. Three more. Extend the exhale. Release into that leg. Release into the spine. Breathing spaciousness into the body. Inhale, bringing the leg to center. Take your strap off. And extend both legs to the sky. Flex the feet. Then point the toes. Flex the feet. Point the toes. Flex the feet. Point the toes. Just take some little circles with the feet, rotating into the ankles. So one way, then the other. And let's take eagle legs. Right leg wraps over left. Fold the right foot behind the left calf. Bend into the knees. Drop the left foot down to the mat. Extend both arms wide, palms facing up. Big breath in. And then exhale, we're going to drop the knees over to the left as you look to your right hand. Keep the right arm, the right shoulder glued to the floor. Big breaths. With every exhale, see if you can drop your knees further down towards the floor. Resist the urge to let that right shoulder and arm lift. Two more breaths. Inhale, drawing the knees to center. Unwrap the legs, extend the legs back to the sky, point the toes. Taking the left leg over right, eagle the legs. Taking the left foot behind the right calf, bend the knees, drop the right foot down now to the floor, and drop your knees over to the right. Looking to your left hand, left shoulder, left arm, glues to the floor. Deep breaths. Just listening to the feedback of your body. Is there any difference on this side to the other? Keep that left arm glued down, left shoulder. Taking a deep breath in, bringing the knees to center. Release the legs, unbind the legs. Hug the knees to your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Hug the knees in, thighs tight to the belly and chest. Lift your head up, nose to knees. Curl yourself up into a little ball. And then gently rock on the back, side to side. Lower your head down, take your feet with your hands, wrap your hands around the outer blade of the feet, bend into the knees and take yourself into happy baby. Pulling the feet down towards you as though you're trying to bring your knees down to touch the floor. And then taking it over side to side, rocking from side to side. Giving your back a lovely self-massage here. Enjoy this action, rocking side to side. And then to center. Hands onto the knees. Let's rock and roll up and down. Breath in as you roll back. Exhale as you roll forwards. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Well done. So what's next? We are going to take a little squat, working a bit more into the legs and into the hips. So depending on how your knees feel and your hips feel and your legs feel, I'm going to take a cushion, my bolster, for underneath my heels to start with. So roll up your mat or use a little cushion or roll up your blanket and place your heels onto that to elevate the heels up. Come up to standing. Take the feet wider than hip distance apart and turn the toes out, heels in. Coming down into your Yogi Squat. Coming back up on a breath in. Exhale, dropping the weight down, the buttocks down, the hips down. Coming back up. As you exhale, releasing down. Now taking the hands to the floor in front of your toes. Take a breath in as you lift the hips up, straightening the arms and the legs. Scoop the belly up. Exhale, drop the hips back down. Lift the chest, engage. Exhale, drawing the head down towards the floor, straighten the legs, push into the hands. Dome that space between the shoulder blades. Exhale, drop the hips down. Let's do that 1 more time. Inhale. Really lift and scoop the belly up. Push into the floor with the hands. Straighten the legs as much as possible. Exhale, come down. Now if you can push your knees out with your elbows, hands into prayer. Open the hips up a little bit more. If you want to take your feet down completely, heels down completely, then take them down. Just be conscious and aware of how the legs feel and the hips feel. And then coming up, drop yourself down onto your knees. Going to take a little low lunge position on our fingertips. Hands down. Lunging the right foot forwards. Left leg slides back. So you're on your fingertips, pushing the hips down towards the floor. Work into the hips now. Big breath in. Exhale, straighten the front leg. And then take a few bending and straightening of the front leg. And now planting the left hand down, take your right hand and wrap that round towards your left foot. Lift the left foot up. So grabbing hold of the top of the foot with the right hand, roll your right shoulder back and start to push your right knee away. So on the right outer blade of the right foot. Look beyond your right shoulder. Three more breaths. Releasing, letting go. So pushing the foot actively towards the buttock. So you can bend into the right elbow if you need to do that. Push the knee away, the right knee away a little bit more. Release and let go. Switch sides. So stepping the right foot back, step the left foot forward, coming onto your fingertips, drop the back knee, release the back foot. So we're straightening and bending the front leg. Inhale, exhale. Push the hips forwards. Exhale, push the hips back. So let's stretch also into the hamstring. Plant the right hand down. Take the left hand, wrap it behind. Grab hold of the right foot. Top of the right foot, roll the left shoulder back. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. And then come onto the outer blade of the left foot. Look over your left shoulder. Deep breaths, pulling the foot in towards the buttock just as far as you can. Listen to the feedback of the body. Don't go to a place that's uncomfortable or painful. Three more breaths here. Big breath in, look down, release the foot. And now we're going to take a little pigeon. So taking the right foot across, creating that L shape with the right leg, sliding the left leg back and behind. Take your palms of the hands to the floor, straighten up into the spine, look up to the sky. So keeping your hips level. If you need to take a block, if you're finding yourself dropping over towards the right, then take a little prop to the right hip. If that feels like your hips are more level facing towards the top of the mat. Maybe if you're onto the block, you might have to come onto your fingertips. Big breath in. Then exhale. Release the block away. Lift the right foot up a little bit higher if you can. And then slowly walk your hands forwards. Reach your arms forwards. Reach the fingertips away. And breathe deeply into your right hip. Two more breaths here. And coming back up, we're going to take a little modified one-legged royal pigeon. Now replace your block or your cushion underneath that right hip if you need that little bit of support to keep the hips level. We're going to take hold of the left foot with the hand and bring that foot in towards the buttock. So stretching into that left quad. Slowly release that down. Take hold of your strap. Take your strap around the left foot. Square up your hips forwards. And lift the strap behind. grab hold of the strap behind your head and look up to the sky. If you can bind hold of the foot, then bind hold of the foot, doing your reversed flip grip. It's not something that's available to me today. Or maybe that's just not going to be my thing. Hold this one here, but just a little bit longer, another 3 breaths. Hips facing forwards, feel that deep stretch in the front of that left quad. A little bit of a back bend happening too, and a stretch into the shoulders. One deep breath in. Exhale, slowly release the strap. Let's take that all over to the other side. Bringing the left leg forwards. L shape with that left leg. Sliding the right leg away. Square up the hips. Facing forwards. So either propping up underneath the left buttock if you need to. Lift the chest, straighten up into the back. Noticing any difference on the left side, right side. Maybe it's in the hips. Working equally both sides. Just noting with kindness and acceptance the differences within the body. Big breath in. Exhale, slowly folding forwards over the front leg and reaching the arms forwards, reach the arms forwards, hands forwards. Reach those fingertips away. Relaxing into the face, into the head, neck, shoulders. Breathing deeply into the left hip and into that left glute. Keep pointing that right leg as far away, pointing the foot away as possible. Don't let that right leg go to sleep. Keep it active. Three more breaths. Inhaling to come up onto the hands. Re-prop up underneath that hip if you need to. But grab hold of the right foot, top of the foot, and pull the foot in towards the buttock. Be careful with your knees. 2 more breaths. And release the foot down, prop it underneath that left buttock if you need it for the next little bit. As we take the strap around the right foot. Resend the hips forwards to face forwards. Lifting the strap overhead and behind. Walk your hands down the strap towards the foot. So it's just in the direction of. Lift the elbows, lift the gaze, lift the heart. Deep breaths. 3 more. One more. And slowly release that leg down. I'm going to take a little quad stretch now over at the wall. So take a blanket with you and a block. Place the block against the wall. We're going to take our left knee onto that block. So the shin is onto the wall. And then step your right foot forwards. So we're taking a little lunge here. Push your hips down towards the floor. So you're on your spider fingers. So taking a stretch into that left hip flexor. Two more breaths. Push the hips down a little bit more towards the floor. And then slowly coming up. Working your way up towards the wall with the back. Push into your right foot. Holding onto the foot if you want to, that's against the wall. If you need to pad up a little bit more under the knee, then do so. It's like a Virasana, Supta Varasana against the wall. So shoulders slowly working their way back against the wall. 3 more breaths. Deep breaths. It's an intense stretch. And slowly release down. Swap sides. So if you need to use a bit of padding for the top of the knee, then use your blanket for that. Over to the other side. So right knee onto your block, onto the floor. Push the shin into the wall. Step your left foot forwards, give it a little bit of help. Onto those spider fingers. So a deep lunge, stretching into the right hip flexor. You can have your hands either side of the foot or onto the inside, doesn't really matter which. Whatever's more comfortable spatially for you. Really push those hips down, work them down towards the floor. 3 more breaths. Deep breaths. And then slowly, slowly pushing into the left foot, bring it back a little bit, slide it back. And bring yourself up towards the wall. Bring your shoulders back towards the wall as far as you can. Deep stretch onto this right quad. We focus on that right thigh there. Push into the left foot. A little bit of leverage. 3 more breaths. I slipped off my block. Don't do that. Slide off your block more gracefully than that. Release yourself off your block. Oh my word. And coming down onto your mat once more. Take your cushion or 2 if you have. Or if you don't have another cushion, then use a rolled up blanket. Going to come to sit in Virasana. So we've worked on the quads now, so now we're going to work on Supta Varasana. So that we've really stretched here, and we can use that stretch effectively now. If you need to sit on a cushion just to elevate the hips a little bit off the floor, take the feet either side of the buttocks and take the flesh out from behind the backs of the legs, behind the knees. From here, we're going to start to go back. Slowly, slowly onto your elbows. Lift the chest, lift the gaze up to the sky. And when you're ready, and you want to take your block cushion away from underneath the bottom, offer the hips down a little bit lower. Take your bolster or cushion behind you to land onto. So the back has a little support. So taking the elbows a little wider And then slowly, slowly allowing the back to land on the cushion. Clasp opposite elbows if you're here. Reach the arms overhead, close the eyes. So we've really stretched deeply into the fronts of the legs, into the hip flexors. Breathe deeply into your hips. Soften into that area. Exhaling, releasing and letting go. 5 more deep breaths. One more deep breath in and out. Really relax into the glutes. Don't tense up into the buttocks. Take your elbows down to the floor. Hold on to your shins. Lift the chest up a little bit. Then wiggle the elbows back. And then where the elbows were, you can take one hand, then the other, and bring yourself up safely. Now into some splits, I think. It's time to see where these legs want to go. Take hold of your blocks. I'm going to use the blocks to start with. And take a cushion if you wish, or a bolster, to place underneath the back of the front leg. So choosing the left side or the right side first, it's up to you. So extending the right leg forwards, or the left leg, your choice. Do a little half split forwards and backwards first. So hips forwards and then backwards. Keeping the toe pointed for now, the foot not flexed. And then staying back to a half split. So your back leg, the hip is over the knee. And now flex the foot towards you. Fold the body down over the front leg. I have my hands on the blocks. And then tick-tock your foot left and right. Slowly. Feel the inside and the outside edges of your hamstring. Drop the foot down. Let's begin to slide the front foot forwards. Wiggle it forwards. See if we can land the back of that leg onto your cushion. Press into your blocks. Straighten up the back. Roll the shoulders back and down. Now we're going to push into the blocks and lift the legs up a little bit and squeeze the legs towards each other. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Tense up the legs. So you're trying to pull your left foot and right foot towards each other. Exhale, release. Take your hands off the block. Do that again. So push into the block, lift the hips up a little bit, squeeze the feet towards each other, squeeze into the hips, into the thighs, into the glutes, everything. Hold, hold, hold. Exhale, release your hands off the block. Release your weight down onto that cushion at the front. Let's do that one more time. Really tense. Do it a little bit harder this time. Your legs might be quivering and shaking. Mine are. Release down. Now let's see. When you take your block away and your cushion away. Have a little play. See where you land today. Breathe into the spaces. And lift the arms up to the sky. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Let's take it over to the other side. Give that back leg a little helping hand. Over to the other side. First get your blocks and then your cushion. Set it up. Cushion behind the hamstring at the back. Point the toes. Forwards and backwards. Let's work first into the hips. Keep the foot down to the floor. and then staying back. And flex the foot. Fold the body down over the leg. Tick-tock the foot. So only the foot's moving. So pushing it over to the right, you'll feel the outside of the hamstring. And as you push it over to the left, it'll be the inside of the hamstring. So the hamstring is made up more than one muscle. They are a collection of muscles. Do a couple more each side. Inhale, come up. Slide the foot forwards, the front foot forwards, wiggle it forwards. It's not easy on a sticky mat, I know. Okay, onto the weight, onto your blocks with your hands. Push into your blocks. Squeeze the feet towards each other, thighs towards each other. Squeeze into the glutes. Hold, hold, hold. Exhale, release. Take your hands off the blocks. So you're using a bit of gravity here in between. Push into the blocks. Squeeze into the legs. Down we go. One more time. Now notice that maybe there's a difference in the left side, right side. Release, let go. Take your blocks away if you want. Take your cushion from underneath if you want. And see where you go to today on this side. Maybe your left side is a little tighter. Mine is definitely tighter than the other. Arms to the sky. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Taking the legs forwards, give them a shake out. Take a little Dandasana. Squeeze into the thighs, flex the feet, chin to chest. Jalandhara Bandha. Throat lock. Squeeze and lift into your pelvic floor. Navel to spine. Building and holding the energy in the body there. Imagine you're pushing your back against the wall behind you, so straight spine. Squeeze the thighs a little bit harder. Flex the feet a little bit more. Lovely breath in. Exhale, release. Taking a cushion or a block onto the legs. Breathing in, reaching up. Exhale, hands in prayer. Take your elbows onto the cushion. Drop your head down towards your cushion, hinging from the hip creases. And then turning your prayer hands overhead, point your fingers down your back. Flex the feet. Deep breaths. If you need to, you can slide the cushion a little bit further down the shins. So you can drop the head down a little bit lower, stretching into the arms, backs of the arms into the armpits. Scoop the belly up as you hinge yourself down towards your legs. 3 more breaths here. Flex the feet. Squeeze into the thighs. Push the backs of the legs into the floor. Really push the legs down. 2 more. Inhale, slowly release. Into what we'll do next is a little heron, I think. So sitting with the left leg folded in for now. Taking hold of the right foot. Extending the right leg to the sky. If you can't hold the foot so comfortably, take hold of the strap. So take the strap underneath the foot, but pull that leg in. We've done some wonderful work on the legs today. You can stay here, or you can take the foot. Let's open up the hips a little bit more. by cradling the hand around the foot and rocking the leg side to side. If it's in your practice to do compass, then you can take your compass from here. So hooking the shoulder, hooking the arm over the shoulder, taking your left hand on the outside of the right foot, extending the leg, looking under your left armpit, the right arm straight. 2 more breaths. And slowly release. Let's go to the other side. Fold the right leg in. Get a hold of the left foot, straighten the leg and pull that leg in towards you. Maybe give your knee a little kiss, a little bit of loving kindness. Three more breaths. And then cradling the foot. Open your hip up. Coming into your compass if you want, taking the leg over the shoulder, straightening that left arm up, and then extending and straightening the left leg. Take hold of the outer blade of the left foot, straighten the leg. And slowly release. Now grabbing hold of your blanket, let's take a little frog. We're working our way down now to the mat to relax. First, a little frog, just for a few moments. So take a block or a cushion or a bolster, point your toes, your feet behind you, or take the feet to flex so that your inner blades of your feet are pressing into the floor. If that's feeling uncomfortable on your knees, then point the toes directly behind you. Start to slide the knees apart and then come onto the elbows. Use your cushions to prop up the chest and the belly. Reach the arms forwards and slide the knees apart. Close the eyes and take some lovely, deep, soothing breaths here. With every exhale, maybe offering the knees to slide a little bit further apart. Open up the hips a bit more, but you don't have to go to like 100% stretch here. Make it comfortable. A comfortable stretch point. Five more breaths. If you want to take your cushion and block away, just to offer the chest down a little bit further, just to increase the stretch a bit more. If that really is what you feel like today, listen to your body. Be guided by your body. Two more breaths. Inhaling, sliding the hands underneath the chest so you can push yourself up. Bring the knees together, push into the hands, and coming over into Pavista Kanasana. So you can sit on your cushion or a block for this if it feels better to lift your hips up. But have that cushion at the front to land onto. You might need 2 cushions. Start with 2. And then you can always take some away. So flexing the feet, reach the arms to the sky, and then start to tilt slowly, slowly forwards, bringing your chest down to land as high up as you need it to be. Have a little check of the blocks and the cushions, whatever you're using, underneath the belly, underneath the chest, so feel yourself fully supported. Take the elbows to the floor and palms facing up, And lower your head, release the tension into your head, neck, shoulders, face. Soften into this forward fold, making your exhales long. As you feel your body relax and soften, maybe taking a cushion away if it feels right. You don't have to. You can even take the elbows to the floor and take the hands in prayer and point the prayer fingers down your back. If your head is comfortably onto the floor or onto a cushion. Let's hold this here for another 5 deep breaths. If you want to stretch your hands now out towards your feet, stretch the hands out towards the feet. 2 more breaths. Rolling the shoulders forwards towards your floor, towards the mat, towards your blanket. 1 more deep breath in. Pushing yourself up. Help yourself up with your hands. Bring your feet together. Pigeon Kanasana. Bring the buttocks, the groin towards the heels. Prop up the hips if you need to. Take a little rock side to side. Open the hips up. Tilting forwards and then bringing your elbows to the floor or taking them onto the cushion. Palm facing up. Soften into the face. Close the eyes. Relax the muscles of the face, the neck, the shoulders, the jaw. Notice the breath coming and going. Three more breaths here. Pushing the knees down a little bit more towards the floor. One more deep breath in and out. And slowly coming up. Taking yourself to lie down on your backs. Option, taking your legs up the wall if you enjoy elevating the legs up the wall. So take your blanket up against there. If you're placing your legs up against the wall, maybe take a cushion for behind the knees so you can feel that support behind the knees so that you're not overextending the knee joints. So Supta Kanasana, if that feels good for you today, take a cushion for under the head. Take your blocks for under the knees. Settle yourself down onto your comfortable place. If you need to pop your jumpers or socks on, if you feel a little cold, or place another blanket or a scarf or shawl over you, don't get cold. Take the hands, palms facing up, the arms away from the body, get lots of space. Closing the eyes. And look to your breath. Allow the breath to begin to settle into its own natural rhythm, so no longer needing to force it in any way. Let it soothe and soften and settle. Feeling and inviting the breath in and letting the breath go. Notice every wave of the breath in and out. So begin to focus on the region of your forehead. Soften the brow and soften the temples. Soften the cheeks. Soften the jaw and clench the jaw, allowing the teeth to separate. And then bring a tiny smile to the corner of your lips. Just notice that smile, your cosmic smile, and smile with your heart. Notice how each inhale turns into an exhale, one after the other. Be fully aware of your breath, fully aware that you are breathing in. Be aware of the breath in and aware of the breath out. Feel that wave gently flowing in, flowing out. And now scanning the body, turn your attention to your forehead once more. Your jaw, your lips, all of those tiny muscles of the ears. Notice them all. Notice with full awareness, without judgment, without criticism. Just noticing, looking as you would holding a flower in your hands. Now shift your attention to your neck and shoulders. What do you feel there? Notice all the sensations. Investigate those sensations and feelings. And look with curiosity, not judgment. And really ride the wave of those sensations, whatever you feel, whatever turns up. And now focusing on your torso, the upper back, the rib cage, the region of the heart. Observe any sensations you feel there. Don't try to change it. Just notice it. Does it soften as you focus your attention? Does it ease as you breathe into those spaces? Send your breath there. Now look to the lower torso, the region of your belly, the area of all the digestive organs. Look closely there without trying to change anything. Just see what is there. Look with a kind heart. Then look to your back, your lower back. How does that feel? Really shine the spotlight of your focus there. Look to your upper back. How does that feel? Notice any sensations, any feeling there, any tightness, any tension. Notice and observe. And now circle your awareness around your hips, your glutes, and your pelvis, allowing your focus to fully permeate that area, that region. Look, feel, notice, observe. And now the length of your arms. Feel the length of your arms. Focus your attention there. How do they feel? The upper arms, the elbows, the forearms, the fingers, the palms. What sensations are there? Is it coolness? Is it heat? Tingling, pulsing? Whatever you feel, be okay with that feeling. Maybe it changes, and be okay with those changes. Now look to your legs, the feeling of the legs, maybe where the legs are pressing into the floor, against the wall, or as they feel open in your Pavista Kanasana. Notice and feel every sensation. Focusing your awareness on the upper legs, the knees, the shins, the feet, the toes, the soles of the feet, the tops of the feet. Are they cool? Are they warm? Be aware. So holding your feelings, hold them as you would a flower. Observe with curiosity and kindness, with gentleness, and bathe your whole body in awareness, gentle awareness. Hold space in your heart for every sensation you feel. Hold those feelings with full acceptance. And know that sometimes there's things we cannot change. Do not fight those things. For what is. And that is your reality. So resist the urge to resist, because that resistance can cause pain and suffering. So sit with your feelings, the sensations, your body as it is in this moment right now. Be okay with it. Feeling the energy and the vibrations of your body. Feeling the flow of your energy. And now listening and noticing the vibrations that you're going to hear. Let them wash over you with kindness. Let them bathe you with positive vibrations. Slowly beginning to bring your awareness into the space and room. Making some movements with your fingers and toes, taking your legs down the wall very gently and carefully if they were elevated. If your legs were in Pavista Kanasana, then ease the legs back together, help them out with your hands, take them off the blocks. Give yourselves a stretch along the floor, reaching the arms overhead. Enjoy a glorious stretch. And then slowly, when you're ready, rolling over onto your right side, pausing for a moment there with the eyes closed. And then slowly bringing yourself up to seated position, Sukhasana, folding the legs in a comfortable cross-legged seated position. Straightening out the spine long and tall, but soften into the rest of the body, the shoulders and the arms. Tucking the chin slightly towards the chest. Taking your hands together, give it a little warm up, rub the hands together, invigorate the energy in your hands. That electromagnetic force within you. And then taking your hands to your heart center. Your warm heart, your spacious heart. Let's join our positive vibrations together with a single Om. Breathing in. Om. Bowing your head to your heart, generating kindness and gratitude and love. Thank yourself for your time this morning, for your practice, your gift to yourself. Share your love to your friends and your family and the environment around you. Be kind, be caring, be loving, be patient, be accepting. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste, friends. Thank you for a wonderful practice this morning. I hope you have a lovely, lovely day. Take care. Lots of love. Bye for now.